Hello, 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 beautiful souls. It is that time again, 7 p.m. on Monday. I'm Mel, and this is the wonderful Margaret, and you're here with M&M Connections.
Hi, guys. Glad you're here.
This is where we actually ask you guys to submit your questions and we provide insight from spirit to just help you live a more radiant, a more fulfilling life. And we have such exciting news for you today for this week. We're going to start talking about our events. The first of series of events we have is with me, Margaret, and Lena, and it is coming up. We're letting the scene come up. Come on, show. There we go. We have upcoming events. So as you know, every Monday at 7 p.m. it's M&M Connections, but this Wednesday in Broomall, Pennsylvania, at a flick of a wrist, Spirit and Splatter, where you can get a psychic reading with me, Margaret, and Lena Chero, and you will be able to meet Lena shortly. Next, we have events with Margaret Phillips. And Margaret, what do you have going on?
So, as usual, every Tuesday on A1R Psychic Radio, I do readings there. You can check that out on A1R Psychic Radio Facebook page or on Moonstruck TV. That is every Tuesday at 4:30. Again, as Mel mentioned, Spirit and Splatters Wednesday at a flick of the wrist in Broomall, Pennsylvania, from 6:30 to 9:30. You come out, paint, get a psychic reading for you, get a psychic reading for your pet. Do all three, flip a coin, figure out what you're doing, just come out, have a good time. And then Thursday, week full of fun this week. Thursday is game night at the Awaken Center. So come on out. This is a game night for those with and without special needs. Come out and play some games and have some fun with us. Um, it's great that this game night is coming this Thursday. A little sad because of Christmas and holidays and everybody being a little crazy. We won't be doing it next month. So make sure you come out and get your last game night of the year this Thursday at the Awaken Center at 6 p.m.
The Awaken Center is located in Plymouth Meeting Mall in Plymouth Meeting, Pennsylvania. It is across from Legoland next to Bed and Body Works, and it is the most amazing place for you to come to get your crystals, to get your tea, to get your salt, to get your spirit on fleek. And so I have a very special announcement. We have a very special announcement. It will not just be me and Margaret tonight. It will be the amazing Lena Chero tonight. And so I hope you guys are going to give Lena a great big round of applause. Welcome, Lena. It is so
Welcome,
great
Lena.
to
We're so
see
glad you're
you.
here.
So
Hi,
great to
ladies.
see you. Would you like to tell us a little bit about yourself, Lena?
Yes, thank you for having me here. I appreciate this very much. I love working with you, ladies. I am an animal communicator, and I'm also an emotional freedom technique or tapping practitioner for humans and animals. And I also do hypnotherapy and neurolinguistic programming, which is the work of the mind. So that's for humans. This Wednesday, I have the pleasure of sharing my time with Margaret and Mel at the Spirit and Splatter event at the Brew Mall. I am currently running an animal communication class that is via Zoom. If you're interested, just reach out and message me. That's a very interesting class for anyone who wants to learn more about animal communication or who works with animals too. That's very helpful for people who works with animals because you will really connect them at a stronger level. And I also have an event coming up with Dog Venture. It's a nice store located in Warrington, Pennsylvania, and also New Britain, Pennsylvania. And they have a nice fun event with photos with the real pet Santa, which is always fun. And you can have readings with me before or after your picture with Santa. Very helpful to have readings. If you have a new pet or if you plan to adopt or if you have even pets who have passed already, I can talk to them. I only need a picture. I don't need to have the animals. Some animals don't fit in the room, so you won't be able to get them in. But All we need is a picture, and you can get so many answers from your animals, present or not. In questions like health, or moves or changes in your life, in their lives, or anything that may happen in your life that affects them, you can get tons of answers, and you will be surprised by those loving answers from our animals. So thank you, ladies, so much for this opportunity.
You're welcome, Lena. And Lena, I'm going to circle back around just a second. Please tell everybody you mentioned you've got this animal communication course going. So is this like a rolling thing? Like, I know I had a conflict of interest and I was like really not happy that I missed your first class last week. So does that mean somebody can, like, you don't have to necessarily, like, is it a go at your own pace thing, or like, do we have to wait until next time you teach the series, or how's that work?
You can join now. It is a 5-week class.
Mhm.
Obviously, if you're not joined right now, I'm going to have another one at the beginning of next year as well. And it's usually a 4 or 5-week class.
Mhm.
Again, if you want to join now, I will keep you, going, and I will make sure that you're updated. But if not, you can wait until the next one, which is probably going to be around end of January or
Mm.
beginning of
Okay,
February.
cool. Good
Yeah.
to know.
Yeah.
Hey, it looks like Zayden is here with us tonight. Thank you for joining us, Zayden. We really appreciate it.
Yeah.
So, as per usual, Mel, Margaret, and Lena are all over the Montgomery, Delco, Bucks County area, really helping each and every one of you to connect a little bit closer with yourself and other light beings. So I really hope you guys will check us out at any number of our events coming up this week and the weeks to follow. So without further ado, we're going to take it over to Margaret as she pulls our card for our mindful moment.
Okay, let's take a look and see what we have tonight. Ooh, this is a good one. Um, Many of you know, in case you didn't know, we just had the full moon on Friday, and our card for tonight is release. And the card says, today I release limiting beliefs, harmful thoughts, toxic patterns, and anything out of alignment. I am ready for transformation and welcome this shift. I am creating space for a new chapter filled with love, abundance, and amazing opportunities. And that's really important, guys. Like, yeah, the full moon is great for releasing, and its strongest power on 3 days of either side of the full moon. So we're coming out of that strong power cycle, but you can release crap anytime you need to, just work on releasing anything that's not for your greater good. I know Mel feels it. I know I feel it. I know Lena feels it. We already, we're already feeling the shift coming in that's going to come in 2025. We feel the shift, guys. We feel the momentum. So, try to tap into that. Release all that stuff that's dragging you down. And like the card said, you have to make room for a new chapter. If you have all this stuff in your life and it's, you got a dump truck full of stuff that's not serving you, that's hurting you in some way or another, or even maybe it's just holding you back. And you know what? If something's holding you back from growing, guys, it is hurting you. So, release that stuff. Allow yourself to be who you want to be. Allow yourself to get what you want to get. For those of you who saw my reading in the group this morning, Angelic Inspiration and Guidance, Astara is here working with us. She wants to drop blessings in our lap, but we have to figure out what we want. So release the stuff you don't and open your hands up, open your arms and your heart and your mind up to get the new stuff and the good stuff that you deserve. All right. Somebody else's turn.
All right, Margaret. Lena, I'll let you go next. Do you want to add anything about release?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I was going to say, as Margaret is saying, the more you release your stuff, the more it's going to affect the world around you. And that especially includes your animals. And if you have children, they are very sensitive to your energy. So the more peaceful you feel, the more peaceful they're going to feel, and they're going to act, and their behavior is going to improve. So it's all about you releasing and being at peace with yourself, and they will reflect that behavior as well. So you can see the changes in them as well as you change.
That is perfect, Lena. So, just my 2 cents is that, release, it happens every single day. So when you start to think that you aren't good at releasing, hey, when you go to the bathroom, you are releasing. Every time you exhale, you are releasing. Releasing is something that you naturally know how to do. So I want to give you, and you should give yourself a pat on the shoulder because you know how to release. But the thing that gets in the way with release is that we tend to underestimate or invalidate our feelings of uncomfortability. Pain is our most precious gift. And when we are in pain, that is a data point to let you know that, hey, maybe there's something I need to let go of. Maybe there's something that doesn't serve me any longer. So don't run away from the pain, but maybe lean into it because it's going to give you an opportunity to release. Additionally, if you choose to believe this, I know I do, we live in this beautiful, wonderful world. And we are so guided and protected that even if you don't feel like you can, all you need to do is have the willingness to want to release something, and the powers that are shifting around is going to help make it happen for you. So you don't have to have a plan about release. You just have to have a mustard seed, a kernel of willingness, and release will happen. You just need to get onto that train of momentum. So thank you guys for listening. Thank you, Margaret, for the card. Thank you, Lena, for your insight. Release. I know I'm going to be doing a lot more of that lately. How about you guys?
Absolutely. Yeah.
So it looks like this might be time to start our readings, unless we have any other points we want to talk about with release or what's going on right now. So, all right,
we're pretty well
right
covered.
into reading. So, anybody out there watching us, please, please, please put your questions into the chat box. We will
Yes,
get to
whether
them.
they be about you or if you have a question about your pet, Lena's here tonight. This is a special thing. So Lena's here. So quick, ask her question while she's still here, because she won't be here with us next week. She will be with us Wednesday night. So if you miss it tonight, you can stop by Brumo and get your pet reading there. But otherwise, pop us a question, guys.
Yes, yes. And so I want to say hi to Z and to Coco and to Deb and everybody else who might be watching us. Put your questions in the chat box and we will definitely give you some answers. And so as we are flipping, as we are shuffling our cards, Lena, as you are reaching out to Spirit, are there any messages that Spirit is asking you to reveal to all of our friends out there?
Well, like I mentioned, I think this week the theme for me has been more like find your peace, find your peace, and that card is just a perfect way to find the peace for you and your household. Because again, what goes with you, what's happening with you, is reflected in the rest of your world. So that is the theme for me this week. Yeah.
Finding your peace. That is amazing because you actually have a question directed directly to you, Lena. We have Deb with how can she help her puppy mama feel more safe in her home? She was caged for 8 years and she's had her for a year. So how can, with Deb finding her peace, how can she help bring more peace to her puppy mama?
Oh, that's a great question. Yes, Deb. So again, first start with you, working on your peace and working on your balance and working on your release is going to help your puppy feel more safe. I'm sure I'm sensing that she already knows that she's home and she's in a safe home. There are techniques. I use the emotional freedom technique that is very powerful for humans and for animals, that helps with that, perhaps a trauma that she may be carrying from her past life, her past before you. that can help her. There is also acupressure techniques when you go from your two hands, activate your energy, goes from your forehead down her spine, out her legs, and you help her feel more stable. You're helping her ground. That's one thing that you can massage when you're watching TV or when you're sitting around with her, going from the forehead down the spine, out her legs, and then doing the same out her tail. Massaging the tip of the tails, the tip of the ears. That's very calming for them. Massaging their necks, their third eye, or between their eyes. It's a calming point. These are calming points from acupressure that are really helpful to keep them calm and help them feel safe. So that's one thing. Yeah.
So Deb, Lena, would you recommend Deb to bring Molly to you for treatment?
Sure. Or we can do it via Zoom too. I can show her how to do it so she knows what to do next, and I can send her a little script if we have a session. That's what I usually do. I send them a script that to help them do the tapping themselves. So yeah, that's something that I do in my sessions.
So
That's
for
pretty
everybody,
cool.
not just Deb, please send us a message, put your email down. We will make sure you are connected with Lena so you can get the help that you need. But you can also find her on Facebook. What is your tag on Facebook, Lena?
It is Lena Chero Animal Communicator, and it's the same on Instagram. Yeah.
Awesome. So hopefully all of you guys with your animal questions and want to learn more about the techniques and how to soothe your animals will reach out to Lena Chero Animal Connection on Facebook and Instagram.
Animal communicator.
Animal communicator.
Oh gosh. Yes. Animal communicator. Lena Chero Animal Communicator.
Yes. Thank you.
Awesome.
And by the way, Lena, I don't know if you can see the chat on your device there, but Deb said thank you.
Yes, I see that. Yes, thank you. Yeah. I'm glad I could help them.
So, any other messaging that Spirit wants us to have, or any more questions, just put them in the chat box. I got a message from Spirit, and it was about manifestation. Here we go. So, with release and with manifestation, Spirit is asking each and every one of us to start to ask ourselves, what do we really, really want? Because in order for us to manifest, we have to let go some of the stuff that is bogging our manifestations down. And it's not about what you want or what you think you should want, but what you want as a person right now. And so if you're holding on to any ideas and thought forms about what you should or what you could or what you had hoped for, it's time to examine those, let them go, and allow yourself to be completely and brutally honest about what you'd like to manifest right now. It could be, I just want to manifest dinner, or I want to manifest a good night's sleep. Manifestation takes practice. And as we practice being honest, and as we practice with being our most authentic selves, manifestation gets a lot easier. So thank you, Spirit, and thank you guys for being here to allow me to share that message. Any messaging for you, Margaret?
Yeah, I pulled a couple cards here. The first one is the signs card. And, we talked about releasing, the card says, it says instincts are messages from the inner divine. So, we've talked about releasing. We've talked about trying to be aware of what may not be serving you anymore. The card comes up to tell you, Spirit is going to show you where you need to make those changes. You just have to listen and watch for them. That doesn't mean, you find a sign in every breath or every lost eyelash or whatever, but it means, you look and you pay attention to what's around you. Pay attention to what I'm hearing is what's really going to be helpful for a lot of people. And it's going to be hard, but it's going to be helpful. And like the good stuff, guys, doesn't come easy. You got to put work in to make good things happen for yourself. What I'm hearing is if you stop and you check in with yourself and you allow yourself to actually get in touch with yourself. Spirit will point out, hey, you know that little shopping habit you got to fix that. Spirit's going to say, hey, Spirit's been telling me here lately that little Pepsi habit Margaret has to be worked on and go away. So, if we look for the signs, Spirit will tell us. Again, talking about releasing. Again, I pulled 2 cards. The other one is the detachment card. Again, this is just reinforcing what we've already talked about, guys. Look for places that need to be, I don't necessarily want to say fixed, because sometimes fixed can get a bad rap. People think if they got to be fixed, that means they got to be broken. No, you take your car in for maintenance. You take your car in for an oil change. It's not broken. It just needs more oil. It needs fresh stuff. Sometimes, we need to detach and get some fresh stuff going in. It doesn't mean you're broken. It's maintenance. We all got crap we got to clean out of our lives and put new stuff in. Just like we got to clean our bodies. We got to clean our energetic fields. We got to clean our emotions. We have to clean our actions. So, allow yourself to do that. Allow yourself to check in and say, this really just isn't serving me. And I feel like crap after I do whatever it is. And allow, if you're struggling with something you can't let go, pray to the angels. Ask them to help you let go of it. And it will come, and they will help if you ask.
That's amazing, Margaret. Thank you so much for that insight. While you were talking, I had a question for Lena. Lena, do animals release too?
Absolutely.
Do they have the need?
Absolutely. Yes, they do. Well, in the wild, when they're in the wild, you see how per se a bird was almost about to be eaten by another animal, and so they take off, they fly away, and then they kind of shake themselves and they say, "Ooh, that was scary," right? So the fact that they flew and they shook, that's kind of a release. Like when we're doing tapping, for example, you notice the animal shaking or yawning or closing their eyes. There's always signs that they're releasing. They always need to release. Exercise is a great release for them. Sometimes they don't have the chance to exercise, and then they misbehave because they don't have a way to release. So they're going to release one way or another. So yeah.
That is such a wonderful point, Lena, because this is the card that I got. It was guiding children. And in regards to release, we have to put ourselves in a more of a childlike state where we are not trying to look prim and proper and smart and right all the time. Sometimes in order for us to release, at least for me, most of the time, it's going to require some movement. I've noticed that when I'm trying to shift, and when many people are trying to shift, we're trying to think ourselves into being a new person, where it's actually about shaking yourself loose and then doing that uncomfortable thing that marks the change. I mean, Margaret, you said it perfectly, the Diet Pepsi thing. Like, if you don't put it in your hands, you won't drink it. And that's like an action. And the birds won't get eaten if they fly away. Another action. So it is really about how we have to step into this more innocent place of accepting who we are and being willing to let go of what's next, versus all that ego junk and that intellect stuff that comes in the way when we are adults, that kind of hinder us from letting go the stuff that doesn't serve us anymore. So definitely movement. We can take a big lesson from our animal friends, can't we, Lena?
Yes, absolutely. We can. Yes.
Yeah. That's really great.
Yeah.
You have anything to add, Margaret?
No, I don't think so. I think we've pretty much covered it. Might want to remind people where we're going to be this week.
Okay, so we are at, we have 5 minutes left. We want to thank everyone for their questions and thank Lena. We do have events coming up this week. Again, Spirit and Splatter at a flick of a wrist in Broomall, Pennsylvania. It will be this Wednesday, 6:30 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. You can have a psychic reading with me, Mel, In-Lightened Spirit, Margaret Phillips of Angels Always Around Us, and Lena Chero, Animal Communicator. You can find us all on Facebook, Instagram. You can see our posts on Facebook. So please be sure to reach out, book a reading, or just walk on in. We will try to fit you in. Next, we
And just
have.
real quick, Mel, a side note for Wednesday, we do still have appointment slots left. You can message me, Mel, or Lena if you'd like to book an appointment. We, like Mel was saying, you can just walk in. However, we cannot guarantee if you walk in, we will do the best we can to accommodate you, but we cannot guarantee reading for walk-ins. I know a few weeks ago, we were at the Delco Axe House, and we were, only there for a couple hours, and we were booked the entire night. So if you really want a reading, make sure you message one of us so we can get you guys on the schedule.
That's a really good point, Margaret. It's a really good
Yes.
point. Yeah. So we have additional events. We have the Spirit Special Angels Game Night at the Awaken Center for Human Evolution, located in Plymouth Meeting Mall, across from Legoland, next to Bed and Body Works, or Bath and Body Works. It is just such a fun time. I actually happen to be there when they do this game night, and it's fun. People are laughing, and it's just a great time for you to release some of your hangups and just play a game. Just get out there and play a game. Also, we have Margaret on AR1 Radio this Tuesday at 4 o'clock, right, Margaret?
4:30.
4:30 on Facebook, where you can get more live readings to help you, shape the life you want. And then we have Lena's wonderful events coming up as well, right, Lena?
Yes, yes. I have the nice event with you ladies on Wednesday. The Spirit and Splatter in Broomall. And then I have the Dog Venture store, which is located in Warrington. And then New Britain. New Britain will have this Sunday the pets photo with the real pet Santa. There's only one, and we have him this Sunday from 12 to 4. I'm sorry, and that is in New Britain. And then the rest of them are gonna be in Warrington. There are 2 Fridays, the December 6th and the 20th, and the one Sunday, December 8th. So we hope to see you there at some point with your pet for the picture, but you don't need the pet if you want a reading with me. I only need a picture. Yeah.
So we've got readings, we have insight, we have, typical, just really great skills to help you grow, help you learn, help you live your best life. And not to mention, there's a real pet Santa coming on Saturday. Yes. That is amazing. So I hope everybody is liking and following In-Lightened Spirit, Angels Always Around Us, and Lena Chero, Animal Communicator, because this is how you will know about our events. This is how you will get to see us, connect with us, and ask us all of your questions. And so I think that's our show today, guys. What do you think?
Absolutely. Thank you guys all for joining us, whether you joined us live or you're watching the replay. We appreciate all the viewers. Thank you, Lena, for joining us today. And thank you, Mel, for all the hard work you put in to make this happen.
Oh, yes. Thank you all for giving us the opportunity to shine, shine, shine. Until we see you guys